Good evening, Brian. It's Tuesday. So it's a little bit later than I would have liked to have started recording this vlog, so it might be a little bit shorter than usual, and for that I do apologize. I just had to cook dinner when I got home, and then finish dinner, and then ended up getting sucked into watching The Office for a little while, so yes. But without further ado, here we are. So it sounds like you had quite the adventure going to Kentucky. First off, I'm really glad that you had a good time. I definitely know how exciting it can be to go to see a show for someone who you're a big fan of. It also sounds like it was one of your first big experiences like that, traveling out of state for a show or a concert or something similar. So it sounds like it was definitely a pretty exciting event in general. I'm not really familiar with really any of Markiplier's work, although I've heard his name before, being that he's a pretty well-known YouTuber, but I'm not super familiar with the stuff that he does. But I'm glad that you had a good time. It sounds like the VIP experience that you were able to get was also really, really cool and a rare experience, so that's very nice. And you mentioned getting a lot of merchandise from it, which is a nice way to sort of have a keepsake or a souvenir from the show or the trip and be able to remember it, so that's very nice as well. However, it sounds like a lot of the niceness sort of ended on the way back a little bit. That sucks. When you first started talking, I just, my stomach dropped and I was like, oh my god, like, I hope his car didn't like fall apart as he was driving down the highway, or he crashed into something, or I got a little bit worried. So I'm glad that it wasn't worse. It also sounds like it was kind of perfect timing for it to go bad because you were right before a big bridge or something, but it worked out where you were able to just pull off the side of the road, so that's good. I definitely am not jealous about you having to have car trouble in another state at night or in the afternoon in the rain when you're trying to go home from a place. But it sounds like you really lucked out running into this guy who was able to help you out. I'm going to readjust my camera, hold on just one sec. But it sounds like you really lucked out with this guy. I can't remember how you mentioned you found out about him, but he sounds like a really nice guy and really helpful and really considerate and compassionate. And it's really nice when you meet people like that who are willing to help out strangers in such a complete way and so selflessly without, taking advantage of the situation or demanding a lot of payment for whatever they're doing. I mean, it just sounds like you met somebody who's just a really, really good person and who was just looking to help out somebody. So that's awesome. I definitely like that the story turned out as good as it did. That's very exciting. Other than that, I don't know what else to talk about aside from just my reactions to your video. Oh, you also talked about your recent experiences with your Pathfinders and Starfinders board games that you've been playing at Through Blind Dice, I believe. Those sound very fun. I'm really glad you have that. I definitely know how fun it is to have sort of a regular social event that you can look forward to. That definitely is a nice thing to have, especially in the middle of the week like that where you can really look forward to it. So I hope it's been going really well for you. It sounds neat. I don't know too much about the game other than the few things you've said, but it sounds like it's a really good time. So yeah, all of the things that you talked about in your last video seem pretty cool. As far as updates from me, I mean, as you know, I got back from Disney World on Saturday, and so I had Sunday to sort of unwind, and then have been back to the regular swing of things this week with work and everything. It's definitely interesting getting back to that after being gone for a week, but it's also nice to be home. I missed cooking. We didn't really cook the whole week we were there, and I definitely missed that. I missed our bed and our apartment and all of that. So it is nice being home. So yeah, do you have any vacations planned or other trips planned similar to your Markiplier trip or otherwise? We're going to see John Green on Thursday night, Lulu and I and Charlotte, so I'm very excited about that. And as far as vacations planned, I think the next vacation we have is we'll be going to the beach the week after Christmas with Lulu's parents. So do you have any trips planned or any other fun events planned coming up, Ryan? I'd love to hear about them, and I also look forward to seeing your Thursday Top 5 video this week, and have a good night.